the deciding rally was really a fantastic one. Never got to see it in this replay.
So, Japan have won the 2 singles. Can Denmark bounce back and win 2 doubles?
That would be a reverse order. That would really be very different to what anyone would have expected when this match started a few hours ago.
Well, it's been a perfect match, hasn't it, so far? Great entertainment throughout. A few surprises and some great skills. Some terrific young talent as well. And the scoreline reads Japan 2, Denmark 1. Men's doubles up next. And it's Takeshi Kamura and Kaigo Sonoda up against Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Carsten Mogensen.
Denmark, represented by Carsten Mogensen and Joachim Fischer-Nielsen. Umpire, Jamlin Fundel, Philippines. Service judge, Kyo Kianji,
Well, it's a
Malaysia.
makeshift, if you like, pairing for the Danes up against the world rank number 13s.
Yellow, white and red. White, red,
Richard in commentary. Okay, I can hear you now. It's very muffled.
Fisher, really? Easy.
Changed. I can hear you just then. So, what have we got in store here? Takeshi Kamura and Kaigo Sonoda will be the favourites, but who are they facing here? Well, an unknown quantity really, but yet we know so much about them. But in different guises, if you like. So Takeshi Kamura and Kaigo Sonoda, both 24 years of age. Winners of the German Open, beat Endo and Hayakawa, who we saw on court earlier losing. That was in the final, but since then they've lost in the first round of the All England, the last 16 at the Indian and Singapore Opens before reaching the quarters of the Asian Badminton Championships. So they've had a fairly decent year. And as for the Danish pair, well, as I say, a couple of Olympic medalists coming together. Obviously they won it in, not together, but in different fields and different partners. Mixed doubles for Fischer, men's doubles alongside Bo for Mogensen. 35 now, Fischer-Nielsen. And obviously the only matches we can tell you about are the 2 that they've won this week. 2 wins out of 2 so far. 3 games against Tang and Lee of Hong Kong. Adcock and Ellis, they beat 21-16, 21-19. Jaylin Fundal, umpire in charge of this men's doubles match.
Players ready?
And Teo Kianju is the service judge. So the opportunities here, isn't it, for Sonoda and Kimura to wrap up the group. See Japan over the line, thanks to wins in the 2 men's singles matches from Tago and Momota. But you would think Mogensen and Fischer-Nielsen are going to be growing as the week goes on, although the opponents they'll be facing may get tougher and tougher.
Takeshi, ready? Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Denmark, represented by Karsten Mogensen and Joachim Fischer-Nielsen. And on my left, Japan, represented by Keigo Sonoda and Takeshi Kimura. Japan to serve, Takeshi Kimura to Joachim Fischer-Nielsen. Love all. Play.
Well, it's been a very entertaining Thomas Cup match, this, hasn't it? Quarterfinals already guaranteed for both nations, but it's about first and second place. Draw not far away, is it? The end of tonight's matches. Japan still looking good to win the group, and they can sew that up here.
One love.
Well, Carsten Mogensen was saying after their win in the first match against Tang and Lee that, you know, looking forward to taking on some of the best pairings in the world, see how we get on. I don't think they lack confidence, these two.
Never. Never.
Oh. Service over. 1-all.
I mean, they have played together quite a lot, so I understand.
Yes. They play together in training, and obviously they're swapping around on partnerships. So they do play a lot in training together, so it's not a big deal for them.
And Jim was saying they played together for quite a few years in the Danish league as well.
Yes, yeah, they played the same team, so they've played many times together. It's not a big issue.
Service over. 2-all.
A bit of a misunderstanding between the two Japanese players. Eventually one decided to take it, but that was way too short, and Carsten Mogensen was able to kill it very easily.
Service over.
See, no matter what, I know obviously both players from Denmark very well. I think, you know, you can put a lot of pressure on Joachim Fischer in the men's doubles. It is different to play men's doubles and mixed doubles, where he's by far best in the mixed. And one of the reasons is exactly what we saw here. I remember it must have been 10 years ago. I was coaching him first time in France at Paris, the French Open, and he wasn't selected by the Danish BA, and he asked me, okay, if I would coach him and his partner in the doubles, in the men's doubles, and I said yes, you know, why not? And they played very defensive. You know, they were lifting and lifting and lifting, and when I went on court, I said, you know, why are you playing so defensive? Because we have such a good defense, they say. I said, you know, that defense stinks. We have to do something about that, and he's never forgotten that.
6-4.
never forgotten that.
Has his defence improved?
It has improved. It has improved, but he's thinking a lot along the lines of mixed doubles when he's playing. So when he's always got a sort of a safe haven in the mixed, if he can lift to the lady, and you know, there's lots of places where he can place his shot. Here the pressure is enormous, and he's got to have a solid defense. If we saw the previous match between Conrad Peterson and Mash Colling, Conrad Peterson is having such a good defense, where Mash Colling was struggling a bit more, and it was almost costing them the victory. Joachim Fischer, who's serving here, is always coming with a lot of energy into all the matches he's playing.
Oh, dear.
Service over.
They added on
7-6.
the pressure on Fischer here, counter-attacking him.
But pretty even start, 7-all.
Yeah, you can go both ways. It will be impossible to predict. That was a good flick serve. And a nice mixed double shot from Fischer. Carsten, who's serving now, is a very solid server.
And it's helping the Danes into a good lead now.
And interesting to see that under normal circumstances, Carsten is more likely to be at the back when he's playing with Matthias Bohl. But here, lately, he's been very active at the net, and it's nice to see he's developing his game around the nets as well.
Well, a nice run of points there from Denmark, 5 in a row to take them into a good interval lead. Joachim Fischer Nielsen and Carsten Mogensen causing some trouble here for Takeshi Kimura and Kaigo Sonoda. 11-7, very early stages still, of course, but it's looks like we might have another surprise here.
Yeah, it looks promising for Denmark.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Yeah, Kimura and Sonoda are one of those pairs who have chalked off a few wins over the years. Last 3 or 4 years, they've won a couple of events in 2012, won the US Open Grand Prix gold last year. Already won once this year.
But they're up against great experience from Denmark.
11,
Carsten Mogensen and Joachim Fischer.
65 years between them.
Yeah, not only that, but they have played so many tournaments.
They have an Olympic medal each as well.
Yeah. Carsten has got a very good defence as well. Good smash. He's a very complete player in many ways in men's doubles. Good attack, good defence, good serve.
And he can play at the back, at the front, you know.
He's very complete. Very good player.
They have got a run going here.
13-7.
There's no stopping them at the moment, is there?
No, they're on the attack. From the serve, they get out of that service situation so well, and adding good pressure on the Japanese pair. So that eight points in a row now. And that was the coming to an end, but not entirely.
Service over. 8-14. Service over.
Good return of serve into that mid-court area again. Hard to control the lift.
Short.
Yeah.
Service over. 9-15.
So it's hard to see what Sonoda and Kimura can do right now, but they're playing with the drift, and it makes it difficult to do what I'm suggesting them to do, to try to move the Danish players on the baseline in their defence. When they play a little bit defensive, they can move the base player from side to side and really try to outmaneuvering them that way, but it's very difficult because of the drift. Because that play there, all around that service situation, the Danes are very strong. And they're getting good runs of points when Carsten is serving.
Okay, ready.
It's a good rally. Oh, good backhand.
Well, it was the Danes on the attack the whole way, wasn't it? It's almost like a training game, that, wasn't it?
They're jumping here and there and everywhere.
Got one back from the floor, but unfortunately Kimura couldn't get the second back.
Service over. 11-17. Play.
This opening game well within reach now for the Danish pair.
Japanese player find it very difficult to get out of that service situation.
13.
Look at how far up behind Carsten Joachim is standing. He's right behind him and really waiting to go in on anything.
Gain points, and you know, it is an upset if they win this in some respect. And then in another way, we shouldn't be surprised. What I am surprised is how comfortable it has been so far.
Exactly how comfortable it is.
And there we go. What a commanding performance from the Danish veterans. The scratch pairing are doing the business, and maybe we're going to have a thrilling final men's singles match between the fourth-ranked pairs in both respective nations, because Mogensen and Fischer-Nielsen here, 21-13, taking this opening game. And they really look the more dominant, the more powerful, the more mobile pair, as if they've been playing together for years, which I suppose in some respect they have done.
Indirectly, yes.
Yeah. 21-13, very impressive performance. They just need to keep it going now. And chance to give you some other news elsewhere. England have made it through to the quarterfinals in the Uber Cup. They are still playing against Russia, but 3-1 already. And they play the final women's doubles match. And, well, a Chinese lady has dropped a set. Is the other big news. Wang Yihan dropped a set against Pai of Chinese Taipei. It looks like she's going to win the match, but I think that's the first set they've dropped.
Yeah.
There's the English ladies, who are pretty happy with their night's work. You know, they're going to have a quarter-final match. Obviously, we don't know who they're going to play, but I think they fancy their chances against anyone, really.
Yeah, it's obviously important to win this group match and be seeded as one of the top 4 teams.
So, it's I think been a really good match this so far, and I think we're going to have the fun and games all the way through to the end.
Second game.
Hasn't gone to the script, and
no,
definitely better for it.
Denmark winning 2 doubles, losing 2 singles. I never saw that coming.
Well, I don't see the Japanese pair too much on the front foot like this. just wide.
Yeah, that was a bit careless, that shot from the Japanese. I think they had an excellent chance to put that one away, but put it too wide.
Just the start the Danish boys wanted. And he always looks pretty calm, doesn't he, Lars Uwe?
Yeah.
Sure, Matthias Bo's watching back in Denmark, having recovered from his hernia surgery.
Definitely. You know, the time difference is with him as well. 3.5 hours earlier in the day. So it's only early evening in Denmark at the moment.
A little bit more aggression, at least, from the Japanese two, Kimura and Sonoda.
Defense by the Japanese.
Is that what you've got?
Yeah, come on, hit it. You can do better than that. What a good rally it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, good change of pace by Joachim Fischer, playing the drop shot. Giving Carsten a good opportunity there.
Japanese players just complaining a little bit about the Danish service, just questioning one or two things to the service judge.
Yeah. I think Carsten was told off by Lars and by Joachim, you know. You could have done better on this one. He was tempting fate too much. He could have played, he had more options. There's no doubt that there's a huge difference when Fischer's in that doubles combination, because he's a a much harder hitting and a much more attacking player from the baseline that what Matthias Bow is. So it makes a big difference, because that means that Carsten can move forward, and makes a lot of changes in that combination.
Service over. 4-6. Service over. 7-4.
Just haven't they, the Danes here, to keep their opponents at arm's length. They've been managing it so far. A little bit of luck on the net cord there for Mogensen. 7-4 up.
Service over. 5-7. Takeshi. Play.
They just seem too powerful for the Japanese, don't they?
Yeah.
8-5.
When they get these attacking opportunities, there's enormous pressure from the Danes. And as you say, they maintain their 3-point lead. Oh, it's good defense, good serve. But somehow the Japanese combination just cannot penetrate the defense of the Danes. No matter how fast they play, no matter how hard they hit, they just cannot penetrate.
Carsten. Ready. Play. Service over. 6-9.
Well, trying to cling on here, aren't they? Kimura and Sonoda.
Have to win this point to close the gap, otherwise it's 3 again.
Oh! 8-9.
Oh, just wide from Mogensen.
Look at that angle. Really a surprise smash. So, 9-all.
That was just a whisker wide.
Service
I
over.
would challenge it.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not saying that they will win it, but it's so close. It could go either
yeah,
way.
they looked towards the coaches,
yeah.
and then they took their time, and then they did challenge in the end.
I actually think it can be called in.
Well, did anything touch the line? That's the point.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it did.
Don't really get it. We didn't get a decision on it at all, and game resumed.
Yeah, and another point won by Mogensen and Fisher.
And they're 11-9 up. Okay.
That's rather strange, wasn't it?
Yes. We're sitting here waiting for the decision, and nothing happens.
What has happened is Mogensen and Fisher Nielsen ahead again.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Ready to play?
So it's still going the way of Denmark here.
11, 9, play.
A little more resistance in this second set from Kimura and Sonoda when there was in the first.
So back to 3-point lead. I think the Danish combination as well is using that left and right hand combination really well.
14-9.
They really play the shots to give their partner the best possible position to play from. They're really utilizing it well.
Okay, ready. Play.
They're working it well again.
14-9.
Yeah, the Japanese simply just cannot get through the defense. They hit and they hit and they hit. There's just no way they're getting through.
Well, they got 3 doubles pairs ranked inside the top 15 of the world, Japan. And they're here this week, and yet here they are, with Denmark having no pairs inside the world's top 15 here this week. And they could win the 2 doubles matches.
Yeah, that's paradox, isn't it?
Yeah.
Service over. 10-14.
And I wonder how Emil Holst and Takuma Ueda are feeling right now, knowing it's all going to come down to them, most likely.
Yeah. Emil has only played once before. And that was the first match against Hong Kong. And he did well, winning that. But at that time, the tie was decided and Denmark had won it. So today is a different matter.
Yeah.
Service over. 15-11.
Same situation for Ueda as well, though he's only played one match too.
16-11. Service over. 12-16.
Oh, surely now there's no stopping them.
They played really good.
17-12.
They won at 8 of the last 11 points. Mogensen and Fischer-Nielsen, and not the kind of pair you think would let go of this kind of lead.
That's the next point.
18-12.
So we can only say that my predictions before the whole match started is totally wrong.
But isn't that good? I mean, not to do you a disservice, Morton, but isn't that good? You know,
It is.
there's sometimes a little predictability, isn't there, to these group stages? And I don't think we have had too many big surprises. I mean, Malaysia beating Korea, France making it to the quarterfinals in the Thomas Cup, the English women, a bit of a surprise getting through to the quarterfinals of the Uber Cup. One or two matches as well where we've seen results that we haven't expected. But you know, there's not that many. You can probably count them on two hands.
Malaysia, Thomas Cup beat Korea today.
Yeah.
India beat Thailand. Uber Cup. Lots of surprises this
Yeah,
time.
I mean, that was a surprise, but given the three they have to start with India, maybe not a huge surprise, but yeah.
20 match points.
How about this? Denmark with 7 match points to make it 2-2 in the overall tie. It's been Denmark's doubles to the rescue today, hasn't it? After the Mads do their magic, now Fischer-Nielsen and Mogensen do their job as well, and it's all down to the 5th and final rubber.
Match won by Denmark. 21-13, 21-13.
Nice one, partner. Oh, hey, they've been practicing their celebrations as well.
Final point.
Well, really was a dominant performance. Look at that, 21-13, 21-13. It's Japan 2, Denmark 2. Well, lovely. From the neutral standpoint, there's it really is a pity sometimes when we have these final group matches, and it makes no difference in terms of the group standings, but you have to finish the rubbers. But there's no dead rubber here, is there, after this match? Really was a really dominant performance. I think that's what surprised me, really, was that they didn't really look that threatened.
Not at all. They were in total control.
There were the moments, obviously. They did manage to get 13 points each game, the Japanese, but it was always the two Danes ahead.
Yeah, they had total control. They were never threatened, and the reason for it was definitely their strong defence, and the Japanese couldn't get through.
Just 37 minutes on court. And Takuma Ueda next up against Emil Holst after Sonoda failed to make inroads on Fisher Nielsen and Mogensen. Really good performance from the two Danes. All to play for. And this is the final offering in the group stages. Everyone else is finished.
Yeah, and we're still sitting here.
We are still here. In fact, not too many of the crowd have stayed around, have they?
No.
In fact, I think I can count them on two hands.
Yeah, the crowd.
Yeah.
If you take the teams away.
Yeah. But still, well worth a watch, isn't it? This is going to be pretty important for the two respective nations here.
Yeah.
So it's been a ding-dong battle, hasn't it, between Japan and Denmark? That scoreline there, not quite right, because it, of course, is now Japan 2, Denmark 2. That's thanks to that second men's doubles. And two singles going the way of Japan. Is it going to be the third singles that goes the way of Japan? Takuma Ueda against Emil Holst. And well, I suppose looking at the two players' experience, you'd make them favourites to win a third singles.
I don't know which way it's going to go. I really don't.